Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a collection and declutter of some of my blushes. So this is going to be one of 2 drawers of blushes. I'm going to go through, I'm going to swatch everything, so this may be a longer video. Anything that I get rid of here, if it's good enough to sell, I will sell on my Mercari site, or I'm going to pass along to friends and family. So let's go ahead and get started. I have 2 blushes here. I have one in the color Just Natural. I love these blushes. They're very, very smooth, very pigmented, so I'm definitely going to be keeping this one. And then the other one is in Just Radiant. This has a little bit of shimmer in it, but honestly not too much. It does look really, really nice on the cheeks, so I'm also going to go ahead and keep that one. I had decluttered this once before, and then I decided to pull it back into my collection, but I am just going to go ahead and get rid of it again because I haven't used it since my last declutter. This is the Smashbox LA Lights Blendable Lip and Cheek Color in the color Pacific Coast Pout, and it's this really pretty bubblegum peep. It's actually not that it's not that bright on the cheeks. I've only ever swatched this. I think I'm gonna sanitize this and pass it along. I'm gonna get rid of this bad boy. This is from Studio Makeup. This is the Luminous Loose Blush. I honestly don't think I've even used this, but I'm not a loose powder girl. There is one loose powder that I'm going to keep, and that's from Bare Minerals, but I just really, really like the formula of that, and it's not like a very messy container. So I'm gonna pass this one along. I had 2 here from ColourPop, and again, I had decluttered these a while ago and I decided to keep them, but I can't with this formula. This is the color Prenup and the color Between the Sheets. I'm gonna go ahead and pass both of these along. Alright, I have a few here from NYX, and I think I'm gonna get rid of a couple of these. This first one is in the shade Beach Babe. Let me go ahead and swatch all of these. So this first one is in the shade Beach Babe. I think I'm gonna keep that one. Next we have the color Bitten, which honestly may be too dark for me, so that's gonna go in a maybe pile. Then we have Bright Light. This is a newer one to my collection. It's this really pretty, like, peachy color, but it is a little bit on the powdery side. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm out of frame. I'm not sure about this one. Again, this one's going in the maybe pile. We have Intuition, which this one is one of my favorite ones. Yeah, definitely gonna keep Intuition, and I actually may get rid of Bitten because it's a little too dark for me. Next we have the shade Amber. Again, this is one of my favorite ones, but it's so similar to Intuition. Intuition has a little bit of shimmer in it, and that's Amber right there. I'm gonna go ahead and keep it because I really, really like these blushes, and they're perfect to put in like my everyday makeup bag. And then this is the color Soft Spoken. Let me swatch this one next to the color Bright Lights. I may keep Bright Lights and get rid of Soft Spoken. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and keep Bright Lights and get rid of Soft Spoken because Bright Lights is peachy, but I think Soft Spoken is a little too light for my skin tone. Alrighty, so there's no way I'm getting rid of any of these. These are my Clinique Cheek Pops. I have the color Nude Pop. Honestly, these don't swatch as well, but they do apply really nicely on the skin, but I'm going to be keeping all of these. I'll just go through and swatch these for you guys so you can get kind of an idea of the different colors. So we have Rosy Pop, that's Melon Pop. Next we have Black Honey Pop, which is one of the newer ones to my collection, and I don't know, there's just something about that color. When you sheer it out or you go in with a light hand, it actually looks absolutely stunning on the cheeks. This is a great fall blush. Then we have Fig Pop, very, very similar to Honey Pop, but it's got a little bit more of like a rosy tone to it. Pink Honey Pop. Oops, sorry guys, I'm out of frame. This is Pink Honey Pop. This one right here is Berry Pop, and I actually decluttered the other Berry Pop that I had. It was brand new because this is like a limited edition Berry Pop. It's the one with the breast cancer awareness ribbon. I actually am selling the other Berry Pop on my Mercari site. There was no point in keeping 2 Berry Pops. And then the last one is one of my favorites. This is in the color Pansy Pop. It's such a unique color. I love it. Oops, I have one more. This is the Clinique and Jonathan Adler collection. So this is like a limited edition version of this blush. And this is in the color Peach Pop. I picked this up in this version because I didn't have Peach Pop yet. And I had been wanting to pick it up. So I went ahead and just picked it up in this limited edition packaging. I think I'm going to declutter this one. This is from Model Co. and it's in the color Peach Bellini. I haven't used this blush since my last declutter, and I honestly don't really care for the formula of it, so I'm going to go ahead and pass that one along. I do like this one though. This is a Dirty Little Secret blush in the color Kitty Pink. So that's a swatch of it right there. I do really like this one. It's a really nice like everyday blush. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that one. I'm going to get rid of this one. This is from Eve by Eves. It's a cream blush. I have two here from Laura Geller. I love these blushes. This one is in the shade Tropic Hues. I have Pink Grapefruit, which is a little bit darker and deeper, so this is something I would wear more in like the fall time. But I'm keeping both of those. I'm gonna get rid of these two. Honestly, I don't know. I found them a little disappointing. They're a little difficult to work with. They don't have that much pigmentation. These are from Mariness. This one is in the color Russian Rose. You can't honestly even see it, so passing on that one. And then this one is in Paris Peach. And this one has like hard pan. It's a little bit more pigmented than the other one, but it's developed like a hard pan to it. So I don't know. I'm just going to pass that one along because they piss me off. I have one here from Too Faced. This is in Your Love is King. I have two other one of these, but they're currently in my everyday makeup bag. But I'm definitely going to be keeping these. Moving right along. Alright, so I have two here from NARS. This is in the color Orgasm. Of course, I'm going to be keeping that one. And then I have the color Gulu. I really, really like these for just throwing in like a small makeup bag. So, of course, keeping both of those. Then I have four here from Essence. I have two of the Satin Touch blushes. I think they only have two shades of these available at Ulta, which is honestly the only place where I know that sells Essence. So this one is in Satin Coral, and then we have Satin Love. I really like these blushes. They don't have as much wear time as like other blushes, but they're still really nice. And then these are the first two that I picked up from Essence. These are their Silky Touch blushes, and I have the color Adorable, and my favorite is in Baby Doll. So then I have five here from Becca. These are their Beach Tint Shimmer Soufflés. I'm not going to swatch these because I don't want to dig my nail in them. But this is in the color Guava and Moonstone. Then I have Fig and Opal. This is the one that doesn't have a label on it. This is probably one of my favorite ones. This is in Raspberry and Opal. Then we have Lychee and Opal. And the last one is in Watermelon and Moonstone. I really like the Watermelon and Moonstone one as well. I think that's going to be really great for the summertime. I have one here from Makeup Geek. This is in the color XOXO. I think I got this as a part of like a BoxyCharm or something like that. It's a very pigmented blush, but I really like it. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it. Alright, so I have one blush here from Sephora. This is I think these are like their colorful blushes in the color Romantic Rose. I really like the formula of these, but I think they're discontinuing some of the colors. But I'm going to go ahead and keep this one. I have one from Smashbox. I got this as part of a kit. This is in the color Passion. It's a very standard blush, but I like the formula of this. Again, I'm going to keep it. I have two of these like Sephora baked blushes. I honestly really like the formula of these, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and keep both of these. This one right here is in Guava Glow. Stunning, stunning pigmentation. I prefer these over like the regular colorful blushes that they have. And then this is in Tea Rose Tickle. Again, great pigmentation. You can use them individually, which honestly I can get my brush blush in just one side of this, or you can swirl it all together. And then last but not least, I have these like Laura Geller Baked Swirl Gelato Illuminators. I have four of these. I'm going to be keeping all of them. The first one is in the color Plumberry. These are extremely pigmented. My hand's also a little bit wet, but these are extremely pigmented. Again, my hand is still a little bit wet, so these aren't swatching that great. That's in Rose Water. This one here is in the color Papaya. Very, very bright, beautiful color for the springtime. And then the last one here is in the color Guava. Alright, I'm going to get rid of this. This is from Perfectly Posh. It is like their lip and cheek color. I talked about this in my best and worst of Perfectly Posh, and this is just a terrible blush. Like, I know my hand's a little bit wet, but this just does not apply very nicely. I think this is one of the worst Perfectly Posh products that they've ever released. These are the Too Faced Sweetheart blushes, and I have the entire collection. I pretty much keep most of these because I want to keep them as a collection. This is in the color Something About Berry. This is probably my favorite one out of all of them. It's just a really, really nice, like, shimmery blush. So I'm going to keep that. Then I have Sparkling Bellini. This is another one of my favorites from this collection. I think this one is still available. I'm not sure about the other ones. This is in Peach Beach, and then this one here is in the color Candy Glow. So I'm going to go ahead and keep all 4 of those. I may eventually get rid of Peach Beach, but for right now I'm going to keep it. Alright, so then these are the Too Faced Love Flush blushes. This one's in the color Funfetti, which was a limited edition color. I picked this up, I think it was like on HSN or something like that. Really pretty color, keeping that one. I have How Deep Is Your Love. I only have the 3 that I don't have in the minis because I didn't see the point in picking up the full size if I had the minis. I Will Always Love You is a beautiful peachy one. And then the last one is my favorite, and I think a lot of people's favorite. This is in Baby Love. This blush has been used and abused. So this is like the perfect, like, everyday neutral blush. Goes with any look. Hands down my favorite blush. Let's go ahead and get rid of this one while it's here. This is from Mellow. It's just an odd, it's technically a bronzer. This is in the color Bronze. It's just an odd color. I have another one here from Too Faced. This is in the color Pink Leopard. This is honestly my favorite, like, go to, just slap it on, don't worry about it. It's like a bronzy type of blush, but it looks really nice on the cheeks. I don't know how else to explain it. It just works. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that one. These are all of my Milani blushes. So I have the Rose blushes. I'm sure you guys have seen this. This is in the color Tea Rose. These don't swatch really well, but they do apply on the cheeks really nicely. So I'm keeping Tea Rose. I'm also going to keep Romantic Rose. This one is the one that swatches the worst in my opinion, but it does apply on the cheeks really, really nicely. That's Romantic Rose. This is probably my favorite. This is one of the newer ones, I think, or maybe it was like limited edition and they brought it back. This is Blossom Time Rose. It has a very, very slight amount of gold shimmer in it. Not as much as something like Orgasm. It's just so subtle. I love it. Then this one is in Love Potion. I don't know. I may get rid of this one. This one's honestly the most pigmented out of all of them. I'm going to keep it for now. Then we have Coral Cove. Of course, I'm keeping this one. This one's one of my favorites. So then I have these blushes here from Maybelline. These are the Master Highlight blushes. I have the shade Nude. This color only really works for me in the winter time, but I really like the formula of it. So I'm going to keep all of these, honestly. This one is in the Coral shade. This one is in Mauve, which is a stunning blush for the winter time. And then this last one here is in the shade Pink Rose. I honestly haven't used this one that much, but I still really, really like it. So I think I'm honestly going to keep Pink Rose, and then I'll get rid of Nude. Next, I have this J-Cat Love Struck blusher. I honestly haven't used this one, but it is a really pretty color, so I'm going to keep it. I wanted to play around with this formula formula because I haven't tried that much from J Cat Beauty. I have this blush here from MAC. This is one of their mineralized blushes in the color Warm Soul. I found this at a local CCO and I really like this blush. These are the Wet n Wild Ombre blushes. I'm just going to go ahead and let both of these go. I have an Estee Lauder blush that looks very similar to this one and I like the formula so much better. These are pretty, but they're just, I don't know, they're just too powdery for me. I really don't like the formula of them. I have one here from Burt's Bees. I really like the formula of these blushes. They actually stay really nicely on the cheeks. They wear for a really long time. I do want to get the other ones, but they're always out of stock. I've talked about this several times on my channel. This is the Cindy Luminizer, and a lot of people really don't like this because it's too light to be a blush on its own. It's more like a blush topper, but what I love using this for is setting any of my cream blushes. It really helps my cream blushes last all day, so I'm definitely going to be keeping that one. That's actually one I thought I was going to declutter. This here is from Pretty Vulgar. I got this in my BoxyCharm. This is in the shade Hush Hush, and I've talked about this during one of my weekly makeup baskets. It is just such a beautiful blush. It looks really deep here, but with a light hand, this is like the perfect everyday like neutral blush. Love that. Keeping that. Of course, I'm keeping California. I have like the Cheekathon palette with the other blushes, so this one is the only one that I have like the single of. It's just a very orange blush. I don't really care for it as much as some of the other blushes, but the packaging is gorgeous. It is an expensive blush that I picked up using my Ulta points, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this, play around with this a little bit more this summer, and if not, I'll declutter it. These three here are from Fiona Styles, and these are some of my favorite blushes. I'm so sad that they discontinued these because I really liked the formulation of these. This first one is this really pretty like pinky color. It has a little bit of a sheen. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. This is in Maiden Lane. These were the soft cheek veils. I hope they bring these back. This one's in the color Valley. It's like a nude matte blush. And then this one is in the shade Sweetwater, which is like the most subtle of all the blushes. So then I have two minis here from Tarte. I have two more, but they're currently in my everyday makeup bag. I have like the party shade and one more. But this is in the shade Feisty. And then I have the shade Entertain, which is like a rosy color. I like Tarte blushes. I really like these minis to put in my everyday makeup bag. This is the Bare Minerals blush that I was talking about earlier. And I just like the packaging of this so much better than any of the other like loose blushes that I have. It's really like easy to work with and it's not messy. This is the only loose powder blush that I'm going to keep, and this one's in the color Golden Gate. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one. This is from Bella Pierre in the color Desert Rose. It's just too messy of a product for me. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that one. I'm also going to get rid of this. This I got in like a BoxyCharm or something like that. I really don't like the formulation of these. I don't know. This is from Real Her. I really didn't like this palette. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. I really like these Catrice highlighting blushes. This one is in the color Kiss Me Ken. I think they're really nice and pigmented, and they wear on the cheeks a really long time. This one, nude one, is in the color I'm Nuts About You. Then I have a coral one in Coral Me Maybe. This one's a really fun one, really nice and bright for the summertime. And then the last one I have here is in La Vie in Rose. And that's it right there. I don't know, I really like the formulation of these. Then we have a whole bunch of MAC blushes. I don't think I'm going to swatch these. I'm just going to quickly go through these. This one is in the color Well Dressed. Most of these I've picked up at a CCO. So I got them at a pretty heavily discounted price. This one's in the color Pink Cult. Then I have Immortal Flower. This one is in Rosy Outlook. This is one of my favorite ones in the color Tenderling. I have some from the, I can't remember what this collection was called. This is a Modern Mandarin. The packaging was just gorgeous in this collection. I have Adobe Brick, which is a very unique blush color. Painted Canyon. These two are from the Wash and Dry collection. I have the color Hypnus, Crisp Whites. And then the last one is Seduced at Sea. I want to get the other one from this collection. This is an extra dimension blush from the Alluring Aquatics collection. I believe that's what that collection was called. I have a couple here from Becca that I picked up at a CCO or off of Haute Look. I have a mini here in the color Flower Child. I didn't pick up the full size of Flower Child because I already had a mini and I knew I wasn't going to go through a full size of these blushes. My favorite one is in Wild Honey. Then I have Songbird, and I think I'm actually going to declutter Songbird. This is brand new. I haven't touched it, but I have it in a palette. Because I have it in a palette, I think I am actually going to declutter this one and sell this one. This is actually brand new. I've never even used that. This is Hyacinth, which is a gorgeous bright pink blush. And then the rest of these are the luminous blushes. So I have the color Dahlia, Tiger Lily, which this is my favorite of the luminous blushes. Camellia, which is like the pinky version of Tiger Lily. Tiger Lily is a little more on the peachy side. And then the last one I have here is in Foxglove, which is like a rosy luminous blush. I have three here from Almay. These are the Smart Shade blushes. I really like these. I just think the packaging is so bulky on them. This one's in the color Nude, which honestly is more like a mauve-y color. This is the Coral one, and then the last one I have is in the shade Pink. And this is a really bright bubblegum pink blush. So then the last two blushes I have in here are from Physicians Formula. This is the Happy Booster blush. This is probably one of my favorite everyday blushes. I know all these blushes are starting to look the same at this point, but this is one of my favorite easy everyday blushes. I think I'm actually going to declutter this one. This is the Butter blush in the color Rosy Pink, and it's just, I don't know, like it's an odd pinky purple color. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you did, and stay tuned for the second drawer of my blush collection. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!